Welcome back to another episode of Don't Kill the Messenger. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about authority building on LinkedIn. Now, you hear me talking about Facebook all the time, and before we begin, I want to make sure that you understand if you have or looking to attract, engage, elevate, and convert never-ending leads, going over to bentobot.com/book so that you can go ahead and take our 4-step system that we take our private clients through. Now, I have today Sarah Kadari. Welcome, Sarah. How you doing?
Great. It's such a pleasure to be here, Victor. Thank you so much.
You and I met at an event we both spoke at up in Denver, actually. So you're local in the same state as I am. I'm just an hour south of you. And we were able to kind of connect. We knew some of the same people, and you talked about LinkedIn. So it really got me interested in learning a little bit more about that.
Yes. Completely understand. You know, LinkedIn's that new beast everybody gets to master and understand really how to use it from, you know, where all those transitions have been for the platform. And especially with all other social media everybody's handling, how the heck do we, really know how to utilize the platform?
Right. Because I know for me, for example, like the way I view LinkedIn is just Facebook with suits, right? It's kind of very similar there. And then we can just start interacting with people, but I know there's specific ways to interact on LinkedIn. I know you're going to give us all that today. So where would you say is kind of a start if someone maybe has a LinkedIn profile, but they don't, like that's as far as they got?
Right. Okay. Well, the days of your LinkedIn profile just being there, especially if you're a B2B or you are a service provider of some kind and running your business, it's not just a resume anymore. It's a lot bigger, right? It's another platform to totally advertise yourself and who you are and get searched. So there's some really prime spaces on your LinkedIn profile that you want to look at, right? As with any branding, you want to make sure your branding across platform is recognizable. People are going, there he is, there she is, it is, for me, my last name's really hard. Right? People go, how do you do that? So, but if they see my banners, they'll see it. So just for you all to know, it's Sarah Kadari. Think of a canary and throw in that D. So it's Kadari. But, as they're coming around, it's the branding and the visuals that people see, right?
Yep.
So your banner, take advantage of that real estate. Change that up. Make sure it's aligning. So like you right now, Victor, you have your book, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to promote your book on there. And you're going to show people your book and you promote that. And you put yourself as branded as that. The next very essential piece is your image. Okay. This is a professional network, a very highly professional network. So make sure you're forward facing, you're connecting. People find you as somebody receiving and easy, not, a picture of somebody's arm still coming through because you cropped it out or anything like that. Like really think about it. People are getting a little bit clever with some things that are working, that if it aligns with your brand, you can do, but make sure it's you. Make sure it's what people are connecting professionally to you, right?
Yeah.
The next piece is it's kind of like your tagline, right? Your headline. Be strategic about that. What keywords you're going for and make sure it's there. And there's different ways to position that to make sure that you are standing out amongst your competition. You're not just like everybody else, and you're putting some key strategic words in there to be found on search. Now, mind you, that's not the only place that people search and find you. They can find you throughout all the listings of everything else you've done as well. So you don't want to stuff it there. You don't want to stuff every term. Yeah. No, you don't want to like stuff crazy stuff. And you can visit my profile. It's just the letter S and the spelling of my last name with the KHOUDARY. And I invite all entrepreneurs to link in with me. But you'll see there a way that I've differentiated myself.
Yep.
So I've been in digital marketing for 25 years. It's not in there, it's elsewhere.
Right, yeah.
But I'm amongst a whole bunch of automation specialists and I'm amongst a whole bunch of digital marketers. How did I differentiate myself? So go check that out. And then the last piece that's so critical on your profile is your about. And remember, it's not about you at all. all of this outside of, well, even promoting your book, that about is not about you so much as what resolution are you providing to a pain point your market has. That's
Right.
what it is. It's no matter what, you've all heard it through marketing. It's no longer, ooh, feast on the pain point. It is now, I am your resolution. I am the one that's going to fix it. I'm going to take care of you. I get it, you're there. So that bio is no longer a bio. It used to be our bio. It's an about, and
Yep.
that's your point of really making a verbal connection.
Yeah, that was definitely, I know for me, one of the ways we look at everything, it's always, well, especially let's say when I'm writing an ad for a client, I'm always thinking of like, what's in it for the person on the other side.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Because and it sounds like that's kind of where you're getting at, like what's in it for them. It's not about me anymore. It's like, hey, look at me, I wrote a book. Who cares? What is that book going to do for you, right? What is that going to solve for you? If they're having trouble like actually converting the leads, well, there's a phase in there that has that, right? If you're looking to attract them, that has a phase in there to do that. But that's what it talks about. It doesn't talk like I'm not involved in any part of that other than it's my system. That's it.
Right.
But it's like I completely agree with that, and I think a lot of people forget about that, regardless of what platform we're on, right?
Yes.
Like if we're going to be connecting with people and interacting and socializing, it seems that, yeah, we got to make sure that we view the world as what's in it for them. We have to always come at it from that angle. We're serving people as opposed to like, hey, I can help you.
Yes. And go on an eye search.
An eye search?
Eye hunt. How many eyes do you have?
I gotcha. For a second, I was like, I'm not quite sure what you mean there. Yeah, okay. So
how many E's, how many eyes, how many, all that, and do that across all your platforms.
Oh,
See
yeah.
how much you're focused on eyes and start looking at switching them to use or our clients, and that's a big thing, and just making a shift there. And what's crazy is, for how long it's been it's about me and how I can make things awesome for you,
Yeah.
but it's about me.
Right.
It's amazing how much is still out there. So the only I you will have maybe is in that about of I help whatever. So mine is, I believe it's I help entrepreneurs step up in their authority to be the top 1% in their industry, something like that. I do.
Yeah.
But that's it. My focus is on entrepreneurs. And, yes, your story has a little bit of I, but really it's focused on where you're supporting everybody else.
And there's something you said there, like our story, that really resonates right now, just because I just got back from an event that was about like storytelling and everything like that. And I know that's a very important piece, because whether and I think I feel like this falls true on any platform, and I feel like on LinkedIn it'll really resonate with people, because if you tell a story that kind of solves a problem,
mm-hmm.
and then you kind of relate it back to like, this is what I do, that it allows people to really say, oh, I really understand that, rather than telling them, you're showing them, right?
Right. Right. And get those video testimonials.
Yeah.
Those work so well on LinkedIn. Yes, the verbal and video, right? You want people endorsing you, not endorsing you just for your skills, actually endorsing you how you are to work with, letting them give you the verbiage you need and you want, right? So I go out and I ask my clients and I say, hey, will you send me a paragraph on how you see I serve you? And they'll say, well, tell me what you want. I'm like, nope. No.
Right.
No, I don't want to, because you know what? I'm biased. I kind of like, rock it on LinkedIn especially. And I'm like, but no, what I want is from you, your perception of how I serve you and how my team serves you. And it's really awesome to get from your clients too, because, that really helps you also focus on your content to know. But I will tell you this, LinkedIn is not just about the profile, though.
Sure, yeah.
It's how you engage. And there's a lot of things on that platform that you're being watched on.
I love that because that I feel like that's a great transition into how we connected on LinkedIn. I was it's I feel like most people would get this, and I bet everyone's kind of a bit like me, and they've experienced the like quick connection. They're like, hey, I'd love to connect. Have like the copy and paste template, and then as soon as you connect, you get that like pitch. We're like, hey, like I'd love to. This is what I do. This is how I can help you, and like let's get on a call to see how I can help you. And I was just like, whoa, who is this person?
Yeah, if y'all do that to me, you're knocked out, just so you know. It's nice knowing you for the moment, but you're gone. Yeah. Exactly. There are a lot of individuals out there using the platform that, it's like, I don't care about you, right? Yeah. I don't really care. I'm just more centered around me and what I want to get from you, versus, again, that transition of where can you support, where can you serve? So how would you explain so far our experience?
It was so definitely different. It stood out a lot more than anything I've ever experienced. I've actually tried something like that in the past with email with people. However, not on that social platform. I've never experienced it on LinkedIn. I think I just become accustomed to the like, hey, we connect. And then so I'll tell them what you did. You sent me a video. It's like a personalized video. It takes you maybe like 2 minutes, 3 minutes or so.
That's right. I forgot.
But like, I won't forget that because it was a video. I know that you took time out of that out of your day to make that video personalized to me. It's not a copy and paste and like swap my name here type of deal. It was like you took the time to record a video and upload it and send it over. So that was the way you kind of connected, and it was just like your personality just came through too, and I was able to see you smile, and you're very animated when you talk. So that was definitely one of the things I noticed the most.
Thanks. Yeah, you can have fun with the platform as long as you're not abusing it, right? So there are ways to, absolutely, one of the key things I teach people about is networking with impact online. So that's one of the names of the programs I have. And networking with impact is differentiate yourself, do something a little different. Why are we networking? Yes, we're looking and prospecting for strategic partners. I want you all to hear that. Strategic partners and prospects, prospective clients. That's what it's about. So think about, this is the one thing that I love to say to people because everybody has an aha moment with this. When you all started your LinkedIn, and some of you might be starting now, and this is okay to get momentum, but once you hit the 500 mark, you don't want to keep doing this, is what I'm going to tell you. You go out, you connect with every single friend, every single relative, every single person you went to school with, every single colleague, every single person in your industry, and you're like, just who else can I invite? And everybody LinkedIn's suggesting all of that. I want you to think, though, really think about that, because are you walking around everywhere you go saying, come on out, come aboard, because you're probably client, come here. You're probably client, yeah, come here. You're probably client, yeah. Oh, yeah, we might do the same thing, but why don't you come over and be with me? Now, let me put it this way. You're building a saturated market that way, a saturated network. And what that means is basically think of bumper cars. You're just bumping into each other, right? When I built my LinkedIn, I had every single Infusionsoft digital marketing partner out there as my network. And people sometimes laugh when they go see, they'll see my connections, right? And all of a sudden I'll be up by 8,000. All of a sudden I'm down to 7,000. You're like, what have you done? I'm like, oh, I just weeded out my network, because we want high value strategic networks that are working for us. So think about 6 degrees of connection, right?
Yep.
So if I find my ideal client on LinkedIn and we're connected, how many more do you think I might be connected with through them?
That's true. Yeah. And that's something that's interesting that I feel that you don't get with Facebook. Facebook, you just see people that are similar to others, kind of like people you may know, but that doesn't, I feel like that kind of, it can apply. That professional network on LinkedIn, you have this is my ideal client, and of course birds of a feather flock together, right? So they
Yes.
will definitely, I'm sure they do know other people like them. So I love that.
Flip it. If I have another marketer out there, digital marketer doing what I'm doing. Now, not every digital marketer, you're lucky, man, you're with me. I actually vet on whether or not I think they're a strategic partner. A strategic partner is, do they provide a service I choose not to? And can they serve my network? And there's a reason I'm saying that. Anybody I bring into my network, I am exposing to my network. That's the beautiful thing about LinkedIn, is we're all raising each other up. My link becomes your link. So I have high value, high quality LinkedIn clients and strategic partners. But you know what? Maybe you need one of my strategic partners, or maybe one of the clients or prospects I have doesn't resonate with me,
right.
or sees more, you have something that they want. Well, I am going to be like, yeah, let me introduce you. And it just raises that bar, right? And every new person I bring in gives a bigger market or a bigger circle for us all to be playing in. It's like everybody's playing it kind of in the same pool. It's not fully in the same pool. That's why you actually want to look at your network. And I highly recommend weeding it out. Get rid of those people that are doing what you're doing. So, and get rid of those people that don't reflect who you are. Don't accept. It is not like the other platforms of popularity and following. Don't get caught into that. Following doesn't matter. Let me tell you this. I will give you all a little tip. You're going to see vanity metrics all across the board. Vanity metrics are people have these, I call them phantom followings, right? They look like they have huge followings. But let me put it this way. If somebody's hitting the mark of 15,000 plus, this has been my own observation, anybody that's hitting 15,000 plus that have not been endorsed by LinkedIn, Forbes, or any of these top players, they did not earn that following. All right? Those are 9 times out of 10 vanity metrics, and those people 9 times out of 10 are not making any money, because the higher you get on LinkedIn in those value streams, you have to understand LinkedIn's watching you. There are 4 key metrics they're watching you on, and they're rewarding you based on those metrics. One is, what's the quality of your network? So that's what I'm really focusing on today. What's the quality? Right. It's just mishmash and we're just raising it up. 2, how are you engaging on the platform? 3, are you providing content they find of value? And what kind of strategic relationships you're building? There's 4 key things they're watching you on. And the higher your ranking and rating in those, the more opportunities you get, more exposure on the platform you get. And then as your numbers get higher and you're showing this high value quality network, you're going to have opportunities of people asking you, because you're being seen as that expert, to come in and write those articles endorsed by Forbes or any of these top players. LinkedIn will give you an endorsement. And even as you're growing, you'll get access in LinkedIn where you're considered an expert. And they're going to see how you're engaging with people asking for help on LinkedIn. There's so many things happening. So don't get caught up in the, I got to have a following. I got to have a following. Yeah. Because let me tell you, somebody with 3,000 of a very refined, high value network is making a lot more than that person that just built it up sporadically at 10,000. Guaranteed 10,000 is not making as much as that 3,000 with a really nice network.
And I completely agree with that, actually, because I know on Facebook, it's very similar to your business page, right? I know people have run ads and they're like, I got a lot of likes. I'm like, great. How is that helping your business? How are you helping people with that? Like, you can buy a ton of likes, but that doesn't mean anything. Like, I could have my mother and father like my page, but that doesn't, like, it's not that like they're ever going to be a client of mine. It's like, that doesn't help anybody in any way, because you want to make sure, very similar to what you're saying, that you're building up that network and you're really taking into account who it is there, like the quality of it, right? Is what,
And
what I was
LinkedIn's
hearing.
watching. Like
Yeah,
that's the thing is LinkedIn's
love it.
watching and saying, are they doing this? Like, are they really building a network? Think about it, a
Yeah,
network. Like the person you can call, and I take the time, there's more to this. There's how do you do those conversations? How do you do that engagement on the back end?
mm-hmm.
How do you approach people to find that connection? It comes down to relationship. Because a high value network is where you can go and say, Victor, you need financing for your business. You want to, Sarah, I'm ready to take it to the next level. Who's the person that works with small business? I have that. I'll tell you exactly who. I'll connect you to. I'll introduce you. Versus, I don't know, go check. Go maybe ask.
Good luck on your own. Yeah, yeah,
Right.
I get that.
And that's to your point. Just real quick, think of Facebook.
Yeah.
Everybody building reputation management on Facebook. What happens if you, if you're watching your analytics, what happens if you like something? Also, what happens if you put a testimonial on your account? Do you know?
Right.
If you are a 5-star rating on testimonials and you or any of your admins of your Facebook go in and put a testimonial, you go straight down to a 4.9. Okay? Because Facebook's like, don't you be playing, right?
Yep. No, absolutely.
Right. And that's the same. It's the
You're
same
trying to cheat the
across the
system.
board on liking your own stuff. Stop liking your own stuff.
I don't know. I have a habit of loving my own stuff just because I love what I say, but that's just a bias of mine.
Yeah, but it's not healthy at the end. It's like
Right. No, I know.
everybody has to show they love you.
Yeah. I like to get the party started, if you know what I mean.
Right.
But I love that. Just to recap, what were those 4 things? 'Cause I love that you said that. These are the 4 things to really focus on LinkedIn, right?
Well, it's so there's 4 on the profile.
Yeah.
But you mean the 4 things that we want to focus on that they're
Correct.
watching you for?
Yeah.
Right? So they're watching you for how you're building a quality network. They're watching you on how you're engaging on the platform. They're watching how you yourself are providing valuable content to the platform and how you're interacting across the board. Like,
okay. Yeah.
Right. And there are the 4 key standards in there, and there's tools that you can start monitoring and invest in to see how you are ranking, to know where you need to fix those. But that's also what I do when I'm working with people, is we look at the whole platform.
I love it because I know that for sure. I just know that you just have so much more information. I mean, like, we're kind of wrapping it up here, but that is definitely at least a way to get started, if not at all, because that will know how to interact on that platform. For anyone listening, but so I know you have a tool, because you explained a very specific way when we first met how you interact with people and how you track certain things.
Yes.
So where can they find out about that?
LinkedInoutreach.com, and you can get my LinkedIn Outreach Tracker. Now, what that is utilizing a piece of LinkedIn where it's their messaging system, really a tracking system to let you know who and when to kind of follow up. The goal is how to engage, build relationships, and get them off, invite them with opportunities to come off the platform.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it, because that's a great way to just attract the right people, right? Build that high quality network. So LinkedInoutreach.com, if you want to go get that tracker, it's going to help you, especially because of the follow-up, right? That's always, I feel like, the hardest part for a lot of people. So once you start attracting all that tribe, what are you going to do with them? You got to engage, you got to elevate, you got to convert everybody, not everybody, but the right people. And, to do that, to walk through those 4 phases, go ahead and go to ventobot.com/book so you can get that, how we take our private clients through it. But other than that, I loved all the insights that you gave us today for LinkedIn and how to build that authority on it. Sarah, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you. It's been such a pleasure, Victor. And I look forward to seeing you all. You ever want to visit me, do visit me on LinkedIn with SKHOUDARY, and that's Sarah Kaderi. Have a great day.
Awesome. Bye.